Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how to get this purple eyeshadow look, then keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on Instagram at makeupbygirlprettycool. I'll see you in the next video. So the first product that I'm going to be using is the HUDA Beauty Body Shimmer in the shade Aphrodite. I'm going to use this with a kabuki flat brush, and I'm just popping it on and then blending it all over the face and down the neck. This is going to give you a nice glow as well as a bit of colour as well, and you can see the difference that it makes. One side has got this beautiful glow and a bit more depth, whereas the other side looks a little bit flat. For foundation today, I am going to be using the HUDA Beauty Foundation, Concealer and Powder, but before that, I'm going to prep my under eyes using the LA Girl corrector in orange. So I put that under my eyes and around my mouth and just blended it with my finger. And then for the foundation, I'm using the shade Butter Pecan, and I'm just popping this on with a Real Techniques brush. So I'm swiping it on and then I'm dabbing it so that I don't move that orange corrector that I've put on. And I'm going over my ears, under my eyes directly, forehead and neck as well. This acts like a concealer as well, and that's why I like to take it under the eye. And look at that, that's just one drop of foundation. But you really want to blend it in if you want to get that natural flawless kind of look. So I'm just going to take this over the eyes as well to counteract any darkness that I've got going on. And to highlight a little bit under the eyes, I don't need to conceal anymore because I've done that with the corrector and the foundation. I'm just taking the Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Nougat, and I haven't popped that directly under the eye. I've just done 3 drops a little bit further away from the eye, and then I've just gone back in with my Real Techniques foundation brush and just blended that, and it gives you a slight highlighted look, which I love, without looking too heavy. I'm then going to take a L'Oreal Paris concealer, any dark shade will do, and I'm going to pop this in my cheekbones. I'm going to suck my cheekbones in and pop it in the hollow area and on my forehead. And then I'm going to take a Real Techniques small brush to just blend that in with. So I'm using a dabbing and swiping sort of motion. So I'm going to swipe the product to distribute it, and then I'm going to dab so that it blends in the area that I've distributed it to. Really take your time with this because liquid products are really hard to blend. And then I'm taking the remainder on my jawline as well and around my nose. Not to, define anything as such, but just to make sure that it all blends quite nicely. You then want to set your concealer with the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Banana Bread and a Real Techniques brush. And I'm just dabbing it under the eyes and over the eyes as well because we did add foundation there, so I don't want it to crease. And I'm going to leave it there now until we finish the eye look because it's going to give you that light bake, so it's not going to be a heavy under eye look. You now want to add a bronzer on top of the liquid contour, so I'm taking the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Bronzer with the Real Techniques round brush, and I'm dabbing it in the hollow areas, going over my ears as well so it blends nicely, and then I'm going in circular motions, and I'm also going across my forehead, not to define the forehead too much, but just so it blends nicely, and then on my jawline and around my nose as well. You then want to pop some highlighter on, so I'm taking the Huda Beauty highlighter, and I'm just taking my Laura Mercier brush and just popping it on top of my cheekbones and on my cheeks in this case because I'm not going to be adding a blusher. So now that's done, it's time to move on to the eyes. So we're going to take the Amethyst Obsessions eyeshadow palette now from Huda Beauty. I'm taking this light purple shade first and popping it all over the lid. And then I'm going to take a nice clean blending brush and just blend it in the crease so that there's no harsh lines. You then want to pick up the darker shade and tap the excess off on your hand and just take a round fluffy brush again and pop that in the crease area and really blend this so that there's no harsh lines again before adding the shimmery shade all over the eyelid. So I've just taken a really small flat brush here and I'm just popping it, as you can see, generously on the eyelid, and then I'm going to take a blending brush and just blend out the edges so again there's no harsh lines. You can keep applying more of the shimmer shade if you want to, it's totally up to you. Now to give it that smoky sort of look, I dipped into a black eyeshadow. Now you can take any black eyeshadow from any palette, but I'm taking a small brush and just lining the lash line in the outer corner, and then with a blending brush, I'm just going over that black eyeshadow, and then I'm blending the excess into the crease, and then I'm going to take some more of the black eyeshadow and just dab it slightly in the outer corner to give it a bit of depth. go in with a clean blending brush and just blend it out. And it's up to you, you can add however much of this as you like. Now, because it is a smoky kind of look, I'm going to line my waterline with a black eye pencil. This is the Estee Lauder eye pencil in the shade Onyx. You can use a gel liner if you want to as well, it's totally up to you. And then I'm going to take the brush that I used to apply black on the upper lash line, and I'm going to go in with the darker purple shade. Now the reason I've done this is because there will still be some remainder of the black eyeshadow on the brush, so when I add it with purple it's going to give a nice smoky look, as you can see, and then I'm just blending it with a cleaner brush. This part isn't compulsory, this is totally up to you, but I'm just taking the dark purple eyeshadow from the palette and creating a winged eyeliner effect. It's very subtle, so you don't have to do this bit if you don't want to. But once that's done, it's time to apply the lashes. So I applied duo glue and let it sit until the glue went tacky on the eyelash. That's the most important part of putting on eyelashes. Then I pop it on in the middle of the eye and I stick the outer corner onto the lash line, and I push my real lash and the fake lash together so it blends nicely. And then I go into the inner corner, as you can see. You might still be able to see a bit of white glue once you've popped it on, as you can tell, but it's gonna dry clear, so don't worry too much about it. And if it doesn't, you can just add some black eyeshadow on top just to clean it up. Now for the lip liner, I'm going to take two. I'm going to take the Kylie Jenner lip liner in Iced Latte, and I'm going to take the Spice lip liner from MAC Cosmetics to line my lips with. I'm taking the darker one, which is the Kylie Jenner one, on the outer corners of the mouth, and then I'm going to fill my mouth in with the lighter brown shade from MAC Cosmetics. And this just gives a slight ombre effect. Now I'm going to put on the Estee Lauder lipstick in the shade Impulsive from the Envy collection. This is a sort of nudie colour, but it's got slight hints of pink in it, and that's why I chose it. And then to finish the look off, I've just popped some gloss on from Fenty Beauty. And that's the finished look. This is how I like to achieve a purple eyeshadow look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys want to see next time. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.